And at the what happened in Britain during the war, that if you had to be, you could not fail a single exam. If you failed an exam, you were out into the services somewhere. This did not apply to me necessarily, because I was not draftable as a foreigner, as a non-citizen. When I graduated, which was in late '43, you went before a board which consisted of representatives of the services from Army, Navy, and Air Force, and the Ministry of Labor, quote unquote, the war labor, who assigned you to to whatever they felt was appropriate. When I went before them, you do that actually before graduation, because you went right away. They wanted me to go and work somewhere and design bombs or something. I forgot. And I didn't want to do it. I said I insisted on going into the military. I didn't particularly care which one of the services. And what else can and they were very reluctant. They didn't really want me to do that. And but because one of the conditions that if you went in the military as a university graduate, you had to be fit to be an officer. You had to be selected. So you went through a selection process as a civilian still, and if you passed that, then you could go. And I did pass it, and so I went into the military, into the Army, with the understanding that I would get a commission after some basic training, which is what happened. And I had, as an engineering officer, I went into Belgium and Holland and Germany. And immediately after the war was over.
Was that unusual for a Jewish, or it didn't matter?
Oh, not for Jewish. It was unusual for a non-citizen, because one of the things they said, unlike the U.S. Army, which granted citizenship to any foreigner, a volunteer foreigner. No, it wasn't even a volunteer foreigner. You were eligible for you don't have to be a citizen to be drafted in the U.S. I subsequently learned. No, I sort of had to fight my way in, but they had to suspended all naturalization during the war, and all they said, all we can tell you is that you change your name. Change your name to anything you want, and if captured, you can give your name, rank, and serial number, and the Germans won't do anything to you, which they didn't, incidentally.
So it was at that point you changed your name?
Yes, in the military, yes.
So what had your name been before?
My birth name, my family name was Pfeffer, Pfeffer, which means pepper in English, and my first name was Ernst, Ernst.
So how did you choose a new name?
Well, I went out with a bunch of guys, and we got very drunk, and I had a sort of a quasi-christening. Everybody knew. This is whoever was in my platoon at the time. We went to a pub and decided. That's how it came about. As simple as that.